Let's call the disciples of Jesus to the court. In the case of Jesus' death and resurrection, some questions still remain objectively unanswered. Today, we call to the stand Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Mr. Matthew, introduce yourself to the public so they may know you better.
My name is Matthew. I'm illiterate. Means I don't know how to write and how to read. I wrote a book on my journey with Jesus. I was with him in the very end.
All right, Mr. Matthew, I am not going to pay attention to the fact you're illiterate and you wrote a book. We leave this for later. But now enlighten us, please, on how the Mary Magdalene found out Jesus was resurrected.
Well, I said it all in my book. After the Sabbath at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. There was a violent earthquake, for an angel of the Lord came down from heaven and, going to the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became like dead men.
You're sure that it all went like you said?
100% sure, Your Honor.
What if I call your other fellows Mark and Luke? Will they have the same version?
Well, I think we all heard the same things.
Well, now let's call Mr. Mark to the stand. Mr. Mark, as you also walked with Jesus, can you tell us, please, how did the Mary Magdalene find out Jesus was resurrected?
As a matter of fact, very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, "Who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb?" But when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had been rolled away.
Excuse me, you said what?
The tomb was already opened.
The tomb was already opened. What about the angel who came down with an earthquake and rolled away the stone in front of the Marys?
There was no earthquake, Your Honor. When the Marys came, the tomb was already opened. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side.
But Matthew just affirmed to the court that the angel sat on the stone outside after the earthquake.
Your Honor, Matthew doesn't know what he is talking about. I wrote my book before him. You can ask Luke if you please.
Calm down, everybody. Come down, please. Let's all see what Mr. Luke has to say. Mr. Luke, please explain to the court, how did the Mary Magdalene find out Jesus was resurrected?
As everyone knows, I was not there. I only heard stories here and there.
Oh my God.
Excuse me? You heard stories? So what the hell are you doing in the Bible then?
Please let me explain, Your Honor. On the first day of the week, very early in the morning, the women took the spices they had prepared and went to the tomb. But when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus.
So you're saying that Matthew was talking trash? There was no earthquake?
Exactly. There was no earthquake, Your Honor. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them.
2 men in lighting clothes? Matthew and Mark had just uttered that it was only one angel. How can it be one angel and 2 angels at the same time?
Your Honor, I am telling what I heard.
You guys are most likely going to jail tonight. Fortunately for you, I got one more question for you all. I hope you stop tripping on that one. For the full video...